How are you?
All right. How about yourself?
Yeah, good. Very cold down here at the moment, but
You're okay? Oh, wow. It's hot here.
yeah, no, it's freezing. I just got back from Thailand, so not enjoying
Oh,
the cold.
nice. Nice.
Yeah,
Probably humid too in Thailand, right?
yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, we were over there training, doing Muay Thai, kickboxing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
Very cool.
cool. Did you do martial arts, or are you just into it as well?
When I was a kid,
Hmm.
I took some classes, but I want now that I'm older, I think it would be a great kind of way to stay in shape and keep my focus nice and sharp, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about stuff. I'm not too sure. When I was younger, it was Taekwondo.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know if that's why I really have always just like um judo,
Oh
like
yeah.
principles.
Yep.
So I think that would be suiting for me at my age, and anyways, that's all thoughts, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm into it, but no, I wouldn't call myself an avid practitioner.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're the same age. You're 52 as well, aren't you?
I
1971.
am. I am.
Yeah, yeah, same. So I was born in December 14th,
Oh,
1971.
okay.
So very
Yeah,
close.
we're close then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you look great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. No hair, so know.
Oh, same. Yeah, same.
Yeah. Anyway, congratulations with the tour coming down to Australia.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So that's
It's exciting.
I've got the dates here. So it's pretty sure it's in February next year.
Yes, February.
Yeah. So when was the last time you guys were here?
We haven't been down since uh '02, big
Oh
day
wow.
out. So yeah, it's been a while. There was a spell where I was out of the band for maybe 4 or 5 years,
Yep.
and they went to New Zealand only, I believe, like
Oh,
in that time period.
okay.
So the band has been down, but not quite Australia, and I wasn't there. So for
Yeah.
me personally, officially, it was like 2002, big day out.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a long time ago now. What's that?
Oh
20,
yeah, sure.
22 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? I've been to Australia before that, even as a kid, because my uncle was in the Navy.
Ah,
And
right.
yeah, I can't remember exactly what year it was, but it was your guys' bicentennial, and they did a Royal Navy review.
Hmm.
And so they had the Sydney Harbor was just chocked full of warships from all over the world, and
Yep.
my uncle was down there with his outfit, and he flew us all down. And so I think I was like 15 or 16 maybe,
Oh yeah.
and I got to go to like Brisbane and Sydney.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. Yeah. So I'm from Melbourne, so right down the bottom.
Okay, yeah. Well, I learned later in life that Melbourne was the place. So
Yeah. That's it. You got to come here.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, so it's been quite a while. So now, what are we
absolutely.
expecting from this new show?
Oh well, we're I don't know, we'll probably just be kind of in awe to be down there playing for fans that we haven't seen in 22 years, and like probably their kids,
Yeah.
which is cool. You know what I mean? And that's what we get a lot of nowadays, which is awesome, is we get like people that have, basically kind of grown up on our music and
Yep.
have passed it down to their kids or whatnot. And I think that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
As far as the show, like, I don't know, maybe we're a little more refined as players and jump around a little less as older guys, but we still like to put a lot of energy kind of out from the stage, which is whether it be the music or just us emoting or both.
Yep.
It's just gonna I think we're all gonna go crazy just because it's been so long, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So I'm expecting we'll get some songs from the newish album. Is that Mantras? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Mantras, we just put it out in April.
Hmm.
last April, and we've been playing anywhere from 2 to 4 of the songs from. Oops, I just kicked my dog. Um,
So I got one here too.
uh, he's under my feet at my desk. He likes to go down there, and I forgot he was there. Um, but anyways, we've been getting because we've been touring on and off here a lot and doing some festivals on the weekends and whatnot. So we've been keeping real busy, and we've been playing 2 to 4 of the new songs off of Mantras live. And they've been going over really good. People are enjoying it. It just feels good to actually have new material to kind of present.
Yeah,
And I would imagine we're going to try and sneak in as much as we can down there. I mean, we got to be realistic that, what being 22 years again, like, people are, it's going to have to be an anthology heavy set because people, they're going to want to hear some of those tracks from their youth
yep.
and whatnot. But we've been doing a good, what for having 6 albums out now, we've been doing a pretty decent job of,
Hmm.
it's never easy doing the cut, but we've been making it fair, keeping it pretty fair.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's really good. Now, so is it the same? So I know you got Dryden on vocals, Mike on drums. Now, is it Tim on bass at the moment, or is it
Yeah,
oh, it is Tim.
Timmy. Yeah, Timmy is he's the only non-original member, but
Yeah,
he's been in the band for so long now. It's kind of he's family. So, and he's a really really smoking bass player,
yeah, yeah.
really cool, positive dude. So
No, it's really
it's
good.
nice to have him around, and he's younger than us too. So it's good to have his youthful energy around.
Yeah, yeah. It's good. Like I've got a band here in Melbourne, and I've got my daughter. She's 28. She plays guitar, so yeah, again, she keeps the youth in the band.
Yeah, yeah, it's important.
Yes,
You know, we
exactly.
get we get a little crotchety if we don't have the youthful energy around. We tend to get a bit curmudgeonous.
Exactly. Now, I noticed on the new album, you got the is it the George Michael song, "Everything She Wants"?
Yeah, yeah.
How's that going? Is that one you're doing live, or is that
No, we haven't played that live yet.
okay?
I don't know that we're in a hurry to, but maybe someday.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a great version. I mean, I didn't know the song, so I
Thank
had to
you.
go back to the original and have a listen. But the version you guys did, yeah, it's great.
Oh, thanks a lot. It's a fun track. I don't hate it for sure. It's a fun track. It's just I have no idea. Okay, we've never really we've probably only jammed it live like in the rehearsal room, and
Yep.
I have no idea how it'd go over in a live situation.
Yeah,
And you got to watch out for we got to make room for Smooth Criminal, right? Because
yeah,
that's the
yes,
one that's the one. So
exactly. That's what I was going to say because I know that compared to that one and like yeah, Smooth Criminal, you guys your take on that, I mean, it just proves itself. Amazing version of
yeah,
that.
it was something special, right? It was definitely a little bit of an anomaly, if you will.
Yeah. So did you come up with the arrangement for that one and both these songs?
Um, well, I mean, as far as Smooth Criminal, we just tried to keep it kind of as close to the arrangement
Hmm.
as we could. There was some stuff we had to change around, but we generally try to definitely keep as much of the arrangement because some of those musical movements are super important to the song.
Yep.
Not just like the main riff or whatever. It's crucial to key and
Hmm.
stuff. So um I think I want to say I might have messed around with everything she wants on my own a little bit just to kind of get a roadmap of
Yeah.
how I thought the part should go and how I thought because one of the main things was like for being a guitar rock band, the guitar riff was going to be kind of everything as far as the foundation of the song. So I had to kind of figure out how I wanted to transpose a lot of that and kind of cross it over to a heavy kind of metal guitar situation. So I spent some time on that. Smooth Criminal came so much easier. Like that was just like the main riff was so like, hitting and chunky and
Yeah.
had like a cool vibe to it. We figured that out in the jam room together like in like 15 minutes back then. But everything she wants, I did spend a little bit more time like kind of mapping it out.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, that riff works so well that Smooth Criminal, that with a heavy version of that, just
Yeah,
great.
it's pretty undeniable for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I did see an interview. Someone put it on with Michael Jackson saying how he did approve of it and loved your version of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what's funny is I have that. I want to post that. We didn't hear that until like last year.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, so it was really. I mean, we corresponded with him and worked with him on the video and stuff like that. We knew his feelings and thoughts on the song like from way back when.
Hmm.
Um, but that interview that surfaced where he's actually talking about it and saying it, that was pretty amazing moment for us. We were all pretty like, oh my God, like to finally like hear it,
Oh,
and like it was pretty cool, because most of our dealings with him were through our people, like in his people.
yeah. Yep.
So, but we wanted to be respectful about the whole thing. So we made sure that we got the approval from him on everything. Um, it's like, and with a cover song, you don't have to get anybody's permission to do it. You can just do it as long as if you're making money off of it, you have to pay the publishing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Um, so we never had to get permission from anybody to do the song. But that being said, to have someone approve it and that someone be the king of pop was incredible. So
Yeah,
then when this like again, I'll say like when this interview came about, we were really quite like taken aback to kind of hear him say it.
yeah,
It was pretty cool.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, was it American Pie 2 it was in and the WWE, I think it was. It's been in a few different
Yeah.
things, your guys' versions.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't there something with the film clip as well, like he did it and then he went back and said, take the mask off the boy and then come back and said, no, it's all good. Something like that.
Yeah. 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 That was yeah, one of the that actually did happen. Yes.
Yeah.
Because again, like I said, we wanted to be respectful. We wanted to like we were trying to pay homage, and not be silly and making fun. It seemed like we were making fun of things,
Yeah.
because the mask was like, presumably to hide, you know,
Hmm.
um, whatever was going on. And so that was a little bit of a touchy one. And when he came back and was like, "Could you get rid of the mask?" We were like, oh my God, like we didn't even fucking think about that. Like we're, apologies, like Mr.
Yeah.
Jackson, like we definitely didn't want to offend anyone. And so we reshot the whole bit and sent the new bit to him, and he came back and said, "You know what? I liked it better with the mask. You better put the mask back on." So we
Oh,
had to reshoot it once. We got to go back to the old version, which was cool. But
oh, wow. Yeah. That's amazing. Nice. Yeah, I'm sure everyone will go crazy when you guys play that live.
oh yeah, yeah, for sure. But that's kind of the beauty of the song, all these years later is the way it transforms, like the crowd is unforgettable, and it's a whole feeling on its own.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Now, going over to the new album, actually all the albums really. So, with the songwriting, is it mainly yourself and Dryden, or is it like the whole band collaboration?
Oh, it's usually a band collaboration. There's no real order to it or formula, but usually it starts out with like, me having a couple of guitar bits or riffs that I can work together as a little bit of a song structure. Then I tend to send them off to Dryden, and if he takes to it, that's the test. He either accepts it or rejects it, and you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
and it's not even like something that's based upon like him liking it or not. It's just a matter of if something comes naturally to him, as far as a melody to contribute. Um, some are less forced than others, and those are usually the good ones, the more natural ones. But so I mean, but honestly, like, like during the pandemic, I was demoing a lot of the songs off the new record at my house, and
Okay.
Tim would come over and put down bass. We'd sit and, work on the bass quite extensively together, and then, eventually that stuff goes off to Mike and Dryden, and then we come together in the studio on it all.
Yeah, yeah. So you guys all,
But we've done it so many times and so many different ways. There's no one real way,
yeah,
it's just, it's different. It can, we've written songs before, like there's a song called What Am I Doing on there that was uh just beat and vocals, and I wrote the guitar after the fact. Like
okay.
they sent it to me. I was on vacation somewhere and they sent it to me, and I it was just this his vocals over the beat, a
Yeah.
program beat, and I went and applied the guitar after
Oh
the
wow.
fact. So there's no real, formula. It can go anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So does Dryden play guitar as well, or any instrument?
He does.
Okay. Yeah,
And all the stuff that he contributes, like on his own, like he does the same thing to me, where he'll have a vocal bit over a guitar and send it to me, and I'll what he asks what I would do with the guitar part or whatnot, so
yeah,
yeah, he plays guitar and sings, and he does it pretty well, actually, so we get a lot of ideas from that too.
yeah. And he plays guitar live as well.
Occasionally, sometimes, not all the time.
Yeah,
It depends on the song. There's a couple of songs in our set. If we put them into the set that could use like some guitar accompaniment, he'll play acoustic or backup guitar.
yeah, yeah. So how's it feel on you to? I know, like, I've been in a lot of bands where I've had two guitarists or one guitarist, but definitely when you got one, it's a bit more pressure, I guess. If you make a mistake,
Yeah.
that's it.
Well, luckily, all my songs are mostly set up, in a way that they can be handled live by one guitar.
Yeah,
Now that's changed a bit on the new record, which is there's some songs. Well, and here's the thing too, is that I think in the beginning, like it was important for us to be more akin to the live show and not do anything like spectacular as far as like two guitar. We kept it, we kept to our parameters as far as being a one guitar band, and we did that for a long time. And now, there's always overdubs,
yeah,
when you record, and there's always going to be overdubs. But
sure.
I think on this record, I lightened up a bit, and kind of was more open to letting some actual guitar hook style overdubs
Mm,
be a part of it. Because a lot of the time, you either have to hire someone in to play it, or you could just put it on a track,
yeah,
which we've actually been putting it on a track, which works out very well. It sounds cool. And we really don't give a shit what anybody thinks about tracks, because we paid our dues, for 20 years before we even fucked with tracks. So now it's just like a luxury, and it's fun for us. So we're not trying to be like uh that band that's like hiding them or anything.
yeah, yeah,
Um but you know what I mean? It comes in convenient if you want to have like some fucking shakers or keyboards, or like maybe even a guitar lick that can't be played at the same time as another one. So
yeah.
which is, there's some of that on the record. So I mean, besides that, it's, just hope you don't break. It's a little bit more trouble when you break a string or something. That's never good. Breaking a string and having to change out a guitar with no other guitarist is always kind
Yeah,
of something to be avoided. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, that's where it really stands out.
big time.
Yeah. Now, just going back to your playing yourself. So, what was your main influences getting into guitar and growing up?
Shit. Growing up, I was like all about, like a lot of metal. Whether it was uh, Adrian Smith and Dave Murray, or if it was, Glenn Tipton and KK Downing, or you know what I mean? Like it was like metal guitar players were so flashy, it was hard to not fall in love with a lot of them. I was into the usual stuff though, the Randy Rhoads and whatever. But I also, I was my mom kept it kind of versatile for me, so I was still into other cool stuff, like, and my parents, my mom, my grandparents were from Oklahoma and Texas Panhandle, so I listened to a lot of kind of outlaw country back in the day, and so I even though I was into metal and I was like this kid that was like really like how teenagers are,
Yeah,
uh, but I could still like relate to like like uh to like Glenn Campbell or something, you know what I mean, or like Roy Clark or Chet Atkins, or some of those really cool guitar players were making some cool noises that when you're a kid you're like, oh shoot, that's pretty cool. It's just less distorted or whatnot.
yeah,
Anyway, so I was kind of all over the place. I had like my favorites and a little bit of an eclectic taste, which
mm,
I think kind of turned me into who I am today. So
yeah, yeah,
it's yeah, I'm into guitar players all over the spectrum. You know what I mean? Whether it's deathcore guys that I love just because they sound like a crazy robot. You know what I mean? Like a Buster Oldham or something like that. But
okay,
then, I have a lot of respect for guitar players that have a recognizable style,
mm,
that you can hear it and you're like, oh, that's that guy. I've strived for that my whole life, and those have always been my favorite guitar players.
yeah, yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, because we, like I said, we pretty much grew up in the same era. So yeah, all the Iron Maiden.
Sure.
My brother was a huge Kiss fan. He played drums. And I was,
Yeah, I was all about Kiss when I think I was like three of them for Halloween 3 years in a row, and my
yeah,
room was covered in Kiss posters. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So he was into Kiss. I was in the Van Halen. Um, and then yeah,
of course, Eddie. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I've got the guitars there and actually
yeah, I see him.
the wall over here.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. That was some cool stuff. Like getting turned on to Van Halen and hearing like someone do that stuff with the guitar was incredible.
Yeah,
I had my friend, I used to walk over to my friend's house, and his dad had Van Halen too. And it was always sitting right there. And I was just like, oh my God, like you're a little kid. You're like, is that a boy or a girl on there? Because of the long hair and stuff. Anyways, yeah, it was the hearing guitar like that was, man, that was something special that we got to hear for the first time.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. But in saying that, yeah, I also had like Al Di Meola, as he was a big influence on me as well. But yeah, something different.
Yeah.
But it was definitely more of the rock orientated stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I love Demiola too. And but yeah, there's guys I fell in love with, like the Joe Walshes and just a lot. I kept it real eclectic. Like I was just all over the place for all the different reasons.
yeah, no, that's really cool. Yeah, I actually had Al Di Meola on about 2 months ago on the podcast. So it was really cool to.
Oh, that's bitching. That's
Yeah.
bitching.
So yeah, him and Joe Satriani is another one growing up. I like, so
Yeah, that's cool.
having him on the show, it was great.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. And how could you be a kid into like hard rock and metal and stuff and not be into like Robert Fripp and stuff,
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's right.
just like, I was into a lot of the weird stuff. I was listening to Vi at an early age, and
Yeah,
I still love Paul Gilbert so much. I think he's just a great player with a wild style and a
yeah,
very liquid, very fluid style. I love Paul Gilbert. He's great.
yeah. He is. Now, I know we're like a few more minutes to go, but so coming up for you guys, you're pretty busy, aren't you? You got like a European tour coming up soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're doing a lot of US stuff. We just finished up like a 8-week run on mostly the East Coast and the South and a little bit into the North. Now we're doing festivals every weekend. We're flying somewhere for a festival right now, and I think we're going to do a quick run around the West Coast,
Yep.
and then we're going to head over in late October to Europe,
Mm.
and that'll go over into UK, and then I guess we'll be breaking for the holidays before we come down to New Zealand, Australia in February.
Yeah,
So it's pretty stacked up. I assume it'll continue to even get stacked up beyond that. So
yeah, that's
it's
awesome.
good though. It's good to be busy.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's really good. But I definitely look forward to seeing you guys live. It's going to be great.
Yeah, for sure.
But
It's
yeah,
uh it's
again, thanks.
it's going to
Thanks
be
for
exciting.
yeah. No, well, definitely. Hopefully, we can catch up when you come to Melbourne. I noticed you got a break in between Melbourne and Adelaide, so I guess it's too far
I
away to know what you guys are doing.
I
But
think it might be our only break. Yeah.
you got 1 day break. Woohoo.
Yeah, they got it pretty railed back to back. So I'm curious to see if it's gonna fucking kill me or not. But
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, well, hopefully, if you do have a day break in Melbourne, we can catch up and say good day.
yeah, absolutely. I'll see you at the show no matter what, probably,
Oh, for
hopefully.
sure. I'll be there, 100%.
Excellent.
All right, well, thanks
Killer.
very much,
All
Terry.
right. Yeah, thanks, Adam. Thanks for having me on, and I hope it all comes out good.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. Thank you very much. All right, I'll
All
see you
right, Adam.
next
Have a
year.
great day.
You too. See you later.
Cheers.